Welcome to the Epicenter. This is Frank.
This is Banhammer.
Double.
Zebra swirls.
Alright, let us begin with the anime. I don't know what Zero ended.
that was hysterically bad
In true
writing.
or a butcher fashion. It was good right up to the end. They messed up at the end. Why?
No, you know what? And you know what the funny thing was? He got yelled at by the fans, but he said he didn't write that episode.
Who?
It's one of his apprentices.
Why? Why? You don't give writing the final episode.
No, that's what he writes. He wrote a couple episodes for it, and then he handed it off, just like he did for Psycho-Pass. And that's why he says, "Don't blame me. That wasn't how my original outline for it went." And then he says, "If you watch Psycho-Pass season 2, don't blame me if anyone dies."
No, that's not the fact. It's the fact that a character acted completely crazy without any
think
build
what
up
happened to
being
Slane
crazy.
the entire time. I don't want to defend his retarded choices in the bad writing, but he got fucking tortured. He got shot down. He kept trying to do good, and then he just fucked up because he's a retard.
He helped
It was
the
all
guy.
those blows to the head from Count Timcane. I think it made him stupid.
He helped the guy who literally told him he wanted to assassinate the princess. He literally told him.
But that suffering that you saw at the end of that was pure Ora Butcher suffering.
Okay,
It was exquisite.
I'm gonna go out here. Okay, I'm gonna say that the character who looked like he died at the end is alive simply because Slane shot him, and he's a bad shot.
Oh, he is a fucking terrible shot.
So I'm gonna say,
yeah, he shoots. I love it because Count Saucepan's over here going, "You saved me, Slane. Well done." And the fucking look on his face was priceless. And then he completely fucked up killing him because Count Saucepan's just sitting there on a wall bleeding out, tapping his head, showing how to finish someone off, and someone's like, "Jeez, you can't even fucking do that right."
So yeah, there was no head wound on that character. There was blood, but it's anime. What does blood mean?
No, Count Saucepan. He's probably, for all intents and purposes, if he died, it wouldn't matter anymore. I think he's still alive, but he probably got captured.
Yeah, I'd say.
He's pretty fucked. He can't do anything anymore. He got his Aldanoa right stripped from him, and he got shot a couple times, so he's not going anywhere.
That was badass with Inaho's super mech.
See,
I love how
his speech on war. It was so good.
it was basically a completely duct taped together monstrosity. It had no. It was the opposite of what a usual anime mech looks like, all sleek and fancy. This had a whole bunch of exo armor duct taped to it essentially, and it was orange.
That's what they did a bold choice at the end of that. I wonder if they're going to keep to it. He could be dead. He couldn't be dead. I think he might have lost an eye.
I'm saying that I'm gonna say he's probably alive. Simply because Slane shot him.
Yeah, I know. And even though it was point blank, I'm pretty sure he probably lost at least an eye.
And also, I don't know what happened to the princess.
I'm assuming she's alive, but she must be in some type of fucking coma because she's gonna wake up and she's gonna be in some type of fucking Slane, the Stephen King misery shit. Because he just went fucking off the rails. And you should see. I have not seen the amount of like pissed off that I've seen from A since the end of Code Geass season 1. There are people bitching that post-traumatic stress sensei got more development than Inoho did, and then you had the gifs that saying you just got slain. Looks like Inoho got his eggs scrambled.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go outright say there are spoilers, so whatever. It's I don't care anymore.
It's just I'm curious as to what the fuck they're gonna do now because if they go with that, that's a bold choice.
It was all part of Inaho's plan.
To get shot in the face by a retard.
Yes. Somehow,
even if he did die, I'd fucking accept it because he gave him that shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Then pull the fucking gun on him. I'm kind of sad that he didn't shoot.
Yeah, He should. I would have like applauded it right there if he would have killed Slain.
Because at least I know if he would have shot, he would have hit and killed them.
Yeah.
Unlike Saucepan, who's sitting there pointing at his head, telling Slane what to fucking do at the end.
They should have did like a Rocky ending where they both kill each other. That would have been cool.
That would have been pretty good. But like I said, the only other persons that could take over would be that chick who I don't know if she was captured or not at the end. The one that likes to snipe the wounded Martians.
Yeah.
She could make a pretty decent main character. Maybe post-traumatic stress sensei will get more development since they wasted more time on him than anyone else.
Yeah. And that didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah, I know it didn't go anywhere either.
That.
So I have no idea what the point is. So unless he's going to do something fucking amazing, he had no real purpose for it. He could have fucking died. And
I liked it. I liked that it dealt with that, but it really didn't go anywhere plot.
I know. I was expecting at least something from him. I'm like, it is an accurate depiction of what post-traumatic stress can do, but it just didn't fucking go anywhere with it this season, which I'm like, are they going to do something next season or probably not?
But overall, I enjoyed the show. It was really good.
It had hamtastic writing. It was entertaining.
And the fact that I liked it simply because Inaho didn't do the usual mecha bullcrap that happens in anime.
No. Just like his fucking speech about war was ridiculously refreshing, because as a fan of the mech genre, I hear that fucking cycle of hatred bullshit recycled over and over again. And even Count Saucepan said that.
Yeah, it's like All Noah Zero is basically a main character who does not belong in the mecha genre, plunged into the mecha genre.
Because I'm dying to see where they're gonna go with that. What else ended? Sabagabu ended.
I didn't see the last episode yet.
That was really good.
I'm sure spoilers don't matter since there's no plot to it.
No, there's no plot to it. It was fucking good. It was a good ending to it. Then Nozuki-kun ended, which if you haven't seen that, I'll send you a link for it. You really need to fucking watch that show. It is hysterical. It is probably like the second. It would be my number 2 for this season. And All Noah Zero would be 3. But it was exceptionally good.
I'd say my number 1 is Thank You No Terror. 2 is Al Noah. JoJo's is in a class of its own, so just don't get me on that one.
But yeah, fall season starts next week.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Probably Sunday, because there is a lot of shit that's coming out this fall. It's actually a good season.
I'll have my internet's revved up.
Speaking of JoJo's, does anyone have the license for US?
Viz. Viz has for Stardust Crusaders at least, and also you can stream the first 2 seasons on Funimation, I think, or some site of JoJo's.
Okay, I was wondering when they're gonna release it as a retail.
They might release Stardust Crusaders.
Okay.
At retail, I hope they release Battle Tendency and Phantom Blood.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Stardust Crusaders is when it exploded in popularity.
Okay.
Because it has the stands and everything.
Right.
And I don't know. I still like the second part best. That's just me though. I'm like a hipster or something for thinking that.
The second part was the best part because Joseph Joestar is the best JoJo.
Even the lady at the JoJo's posing panel at Otakon said that Joseph Joestar was the best JoJo.
And you know what I liked about his arc?
Anybody who says otherwise. Yes, what?
His arc was short and to the point. That's what I liked about his arc.
I mean, I don't mind Stardust Crusaders walking around the world beating people up for 1,000 episodes. I don't mind that. I don't mind fighting. But I do like the brevity of Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency. Anything else?
Not yet. Not until next week, at least.
All right. So we can move on to tabletop and comics. I don't have much for either.
I could talk about Gotham.
Yeah, you can talk about the Gotham
Wow.
show.
Oh my, Doppel, did you watch that? Yeah, you
Yes,
did.
I did.
How was
That
it?
is
I wanted
the
to
most
see it.
ham-fisted trash show I've seen in a long time. It is in a league of its own. I have to tune into next week.
So is it good? Bad?
No,
No.
it's so good it's bad. It's so bad it's good.
So
I
like
mean,
a
fucking
room
cameos
quality?
for no reason. I mean, you have the Riddler showing up as a forensics expert, giving riddles to Jim Gordon and Harvey Bullock about the bullets in the gun that shot the Waynes. You got the Penguin, which he works in that setting. I'm not going to knock that.
Wait, the Riddler? How old is he?
He looks like he's in his early 20s.
Whoa. Okay.
No, wait, no, this is even better. Because then you go to the Penguin, because the Penguin is also in his early 20s, but the Penguin was always older in the Batman thing, so he's starting out. So I'll forgive that, because the guy who plays him is a creepy-looking fuck, and I actually like that edition of the Penguin. Then you have Catwoman. You have young Catwoman who runs around stealing things and stalking Bruce Wayne for no fucking reason. She was there apparently when his parents were murdered.
Wait a minute.
Like in the alleyway?
Yeah, she was there for no fucking reason, and then she fucking stalks him through the rest of the episode. What other things did they throw in there that was just ham-fisted up? Poison Ivy, but her name's Pamela. Her name is what was it? Pam
Pamela
Ivy
Ivy?
or Ivy or whatever the fuck her name.
Isley?
Yep.
No, it's not Pamela Isley. It's like Ivy is her name.
Oh, I guess they thought their viewers wouldn't get the reference if they.
She's like
used-
12 years old, and that Catwoman's 12 years old, and the Riddler and the Penguin are like in their early 20s. And the boss that Penguin's working for, her name's Fish Mooney.
Oh my god.
And she works for the Falcone family. And in the comedy club, and they throw away a comedy thing in there. She's talking with the Penguin about shit, but who's up there but an unknown comedian saying she likes his jokes?
I wonder who that is.
I wonder who that could possibly be. I'm like, I texted Tony Mike. I'm like, is young Mr. Freeze gonna fucking drive up in an ice cream truck or some shit? That's what I'm fucking expecting here. And it was just, the pacing was all over the fucking place. I felt like I watched the whole season in one episode because it was just so ridiculously fast. And it's just, I can't explain it. If you can find a stream for it and watch it.
It was Ivy Peppers.
Yeah, Ivy Peppers, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Scarlet Speedster. CO is mad.
Okay, I'm kind of pissed too, but the fact that it's so hammy and terrible kind of makes up for it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jim Gordon almost got fucking killed the first episode, and the Falcone almost had to made him look like he murdered the Penguin so that he could live. So the Gordon's like, since he can't kill anyone, don't come back, and then shoots the gun near the Penguin's head and throws him in the river. So the Penguin crawls out of the river, and then he cuts some guy's fishing neck with a fucking knife and eats his sandwich, and that's how the episode ends.
What?
I don't know. It's so fucking weird. That's why I said, Frank, if you can find a stream for it, like on Couch Tuner or some shit, you have to watch it. It is funny as shit.
What channel is it on?
Fox.
I don't know if they do streaming on their own websites. I know ABC does.
Nah. That's
I
why I
think
said you have to
Fox
use
might
Couch
actually.
Tuner.
Or yeah, Couch Tuner.
But I just loved it. And then, of course, Sleepy Hollow is its usual hamtastic self as well, but that's good for an entirely different reason.
Yeah, that's just a good series overall. I think.
I enjoy it because I was not expecting what I got when I started watching that last year, and I was pleasantly surprised. It doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah. I love how Ichabod Crane just like he's from the 1700s and he just makes remarks on everything. In like 2010 or 2014.
Oh,
Like,
God.
he left a message for his partner on there, and he's not too sure how this technology works, so he leaves a cell phone message that goes, "Dear Lieutenant, I hope this message finds you well." And he wrote it like it's a 17th century letter, but it was a text voicemail.
And then he's like, "Where's the pound sign?"
It's good because fucking George Washington was apparently a zombie that was raised from the dead to fight the forces of evil. You learned about how much Ichabod Crane fucking hated Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin's key for electricity was apparently trying to destroy the key to hell, but he couldn't destroy it with lightning. And it was the entire episode was Ichabod Crane bashing Ben Franklin for calling him a blackguard and a blowhard, and it is a good show. If it comes on Netflix, which it probably will, you should really watch season 1. They take a lot of like the early American history, and they take some of like the folk legends and shit. Like the Indians had a thing called the Sin Eater, whereas this guy that he eats your sins, so he can be able to sever bonds or stuff that haunts you and shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of the better series I've seen in the past few years.
And like I said, it doesn't take itself too seriously, which also helps a lot.
I will have to check it out. That does sound like something I'd be interested in.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
It is entertaining. It has a bunch of good actors in it too. It had the guy from Fringe in it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all I got for the comic books. We have to do my weekly installment of Gotham because I have to watch it now. Because me and Tony Micah test, we were like, this show is trash. I'll see you next week.
All right. Yeah, I don't have much for tabletop news. There's really not much out yet. Because of the Bloomsburg Fair, I didn't get to play my weekly demon game.
Mm.
How's
Like we went and ate horrible deep fried food.
How's the fair doing? Oh, it's doing well.
So, did anyone try the heart attack fries yet?
I didn't try heart attack fries. What are heart attack fries?
Well, it's normal French fries, but it has ham, bacon, and 2 types of cheese.
It sounds delicious.
Oh lordy.
I saw a commercial for the fucking IHOP. They have waffles that are stuffed with bacon and cheese, and waffles that have blueberry cheesecake stuff on them. I'm like, well, I gotta go.
Dude, I went to an IHOP when I went to drop my brother off at his college, and they had omelets with hash browns in it.
I fucking love the International House of Pancakes. There is one 2 minutes away from me, and I need to go there and get some bacon waffle cheese.
I need to go to an IHOP now.
Well, unfortunately for you, you only got Denny's.
Damn.
Denny's is the stupid version of IHOP.
I don't want to go
Yeah.
to Denny's.
Nobody wants to go to Denny's.
Mm.
The only reason to go to Denny's is if there's no IHOP near you.
Oh no, or if you want to eat and you have like $3 because they're super cheap.
That too.
Well, I do usually only have $3, so.
All right, we can move on to the technology.
Okay, so the big news is, first of all, if you buy a new iPhone 6 or 6 Plus or whatever, you need to remove it from your pocket before you sit down
I saw you post about this.
because it will bend. And someone has actually, just as a test, took their hands and tried to bend it, and they pretty much dead.
Well, I could probably snap a I have a Samsung Galaxy. I could probably snap that if I wanted to.
Right, but you'd actually have to try.
Uh-huh.
You see, this is not trying at all. This is just poor design.
I read somewhere, I don't remember, it might have just been a blip on Facebook, it might not be true, but I heard that they had Ebola in them. Is that true?
I don't know if that's true, but that's hilarious.
That's what I thought. I didn't click the link because I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, don't click those links.
Let's see. There is a Japanese company working on a space elevator.
Nice.
Say what?
It's a Japanese company. Their goal is to have a space elevator by 2015.
Oh, an orbital elevator, just like in Gundam.
Yep.
So that
So,
when
like,
it
where's it
collapses,
supposed to go?
you go up.
To where?
To
The
space.
Space station. It's an orbital elevator.
Yeah,
What more do you need?
instead of having to use a rocket every time, you just use an elevator.
Um,
And plus, it actually makes more sense for space exploration
to use an
because
elevator?
you don't need to waste most of the fuel that we use, and pretty much everything with the rocket is just to get the shuttle out of orbit. If we can skip that step, then we'll be better off for space exploration. Like, if we could start building spaceships in space, it would be infinitely better than, blasting off from the Earth itself.
I mean, I understand that part. I don't understand how we're gonna build an elevator to space.
It's math and materials, and probably out of some kind of titanium alloy, something very strong and light that has give. But yeah, you just build it up.
Okay.
So when the orbital elevator collapses, I can use that image from the Gundam 00 and say the orbital elevator collapse was an inside job. I blame the Earth Federation government.
Did 4chan do the iPhone Ebola joke?
No, but that was funny because some random retard from the Washington Post, I guess, went to the website and saw Ebola-chan and all the threads, and then thought it was real. Which immediately, if you read the thread, says, okay, apparently someone doesn't understand what black humor is.
I don't think a lot of people on Poll understand what black humor
No.
is, and really do try to sacrifice. They got a book of magic from X. You know that, right? They got a book of magic from X, and they're using rituals to sacrifice themselves to Ebola-chan. To give blood sacrifices, and they're putting blood over Africa to help Ebola-chan. This is ridiculous. They're posting pictures of this. I hope it's fake.
It's probably fake. I think it's funny because you have someone from A's like, what, we can't do this shit with Ebola-chan. What about Tsunami-chan? Someone did a shitty hand drawing of it and said it's Tsunami-chan. And then someone's like, what about HIV-chan?
HIV-chan's probably old.
Yeah, they're too old for them. They like this one because apparently it reminds them of the Black Death. And according to the early threads, because I kept seeing that on there whenever I would go on there, I'm like, what the hell's an Ebola-chan? Apparently they want a happening to happen.
Poll always wants a happening. It's like Poll is like the dog chasing its tail. When it finally gets it, it's not gonna be very happy.
That's exactly what they said. It's like, am I supposed to enjoy the happening, Poll? And someone's like, no one's ever supposed to enjoy the happening because it's happening. Then how do I know it's happening? Because it's happening.
So there's a new USB cable coming out that's going to also support audio and video in the mix.
I support that. The less amount of cables that I can have coming out of my computer at once, the better. And plus,
Honestly,
is it HD video?
I think so. I don't know. Let me see. I think it's 4K actually.
Oh wow, I support that. I support that definitely. It's just, will other companies support it? That's the thing.
Yeah, USB is going to be supported, but it's a couple years down the line still. But
Yeah, that's good. They should be moving in that direction. One cable for everything.
Tech's been pretty bleak this week since Apple announcement last week. Next week, Microsoft's going to announce Windows 9. So.
Oh boy.
Hey, the start menu's back.
Wait, in 8?
Well, no, in Windows 9, the start menu will be back.
Oh, okay. So I guess they're not doing. They might be skipping 8.5 and it's going right to 9.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be how Vista happened. Windows 8, like Vista, was a piece of shit,
Yeah.
and then the next version was amazing.
Yeah, you got to go every other Windows operating system
Yeah,
because they get too high on their britches, and then they mess up again, and then they release something good, and then they mess up again after that. It's a cycle.
yeah.
It's poetry. It rhymes. To quote the great George Lucas.
Don't even get me started on him.
All right. Okay. So I guess we can go to video games now.
I'm still continuing my love-hate relationship with Destiny.
Yes.
Grinding, grinding, grinding.
I'm level 24.
Oh wow! You
And
can go
I
on
don't have
one of
any
those raids.
Oh, well, that's if I have any friends. Because
Oh.
apparently, it would be too much for asking goddamn Bungie to give me matchmaking for that. Or matchmaking for the heroic raids or the strikes or any of that shit.
The thing I learned is the problem is about Destiny is with the random gear is it's like when you first reach 20, you think this is Diablo, and it's not. You gotta do the daily question shit to get your wrap up to buy gear because it takes forever for you to actually get gear randomly. So I'm enjoying it, but at the same time, it's something that I'm enjoying it because I really don't have anything to play. Once something better comes out, like Hyrule Warriors,
Oh, I can't
Destiny
wait.
Destiny was swept under the rug.
Okay, I got some GamerGate news. The GamerGate update. Oh boy, this is it's getting pretty good. First of all, like you said, we got some advertising agencies to pull away from Polygon and Kotaku.
That's
Uh,
big.
yeah, Ben Kuchera is just Ben Kuchera is funny because he says that you shouldn't censor, like, okay, he basically tweeted like, okay, students, go to your schools, go to the banned book list, and those books are your most important homework assignment. And then he censors discussions about Gamergate, about his industry. But the biggest thing though, the biggest thing that happened since last week was the Escapist. They got DDoSed by and the DDoS was targeting the thread, the Gamergate discussion thread.
What site is Escapist on?
They recently revamped their standards page to really say that we don't believe in collusion, we don't believe in this, we don't believe in that, and I think they're kind of on the fence. They don't want to pick a side, but I think they are showing that they are willing to have a discussion about ethics in journalism, which naturally puts them more on the pro Gamergate side.
Yeah, I think they're a site that they don't want to admit anything to get into the mix, but
I think
yeah,
they want to make sure everyone's voice is heard, which
yeah,
is how it should be.
I
And
agree.
they got DDoS because of it.
And also they have Zero Punctuation, who's definitely one of us.
Yeah,
We
and
just yeah.
one more thing, the Milo Yiannopoulos, I'm not saying that name right, but he apparently got threatened. Somebody sent a syringe full of an unknown substance to him in the mail. So yeah, don't mess with those social justice warriors. They'll
So
kill you.
so our friends at Square released a new trailer for Final Fantasy 15.
Is this the one with the car?
Yes, Final Fantasy 15 has become a road trip game.
Is
Where
it
you
good?
and a bunch of wannabe J-pop idols go on a road trip.
So it's like Zoolander.
Yeah, remember that one Simpsons episode where Bart steals a car and goes on a road trip to the Knoxville World's Fair?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Oh my god.
I don't know much else about the game, but when I saw the car and the J-pop guy, I was like, I need this now.
Yeah, yeah.
It just looks so fantastic.
Oh, this is kind of an aside, but if you're on Twitter and you're looking for someone funny to follow Hideki Kamiya. He's the mind behind behind Bayonetta and Wonderful 101, and watch him angrily block people on Twitter. Because some of it's in Japanese, some of it's in English. I guess depending on the language of the person asking him the questions. But
Hmm.
he replies to them, and basically if he doesn't like what you're saying, or you ask them something that somebody else already asked him, he just blocks you instantly. And he sometimes, if he's in a particularly bad mood, he'll make fun of your mother. And also he makes fun of Kotaku too. It's pretty hilarious because good old Japan.
Nice. So, I played the Smash Brothers demo. As anyone else?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it's Smash Brothers. What do you expect?
It plays well. It runs very well on the 3DS, I think.
My only complaint, and it's not the game, it's just the 3DS is such a small screen.
Yeah, we didn't upgrade to the XL, and because Nintendo announced that there's going to be a new 3DS, we're not going to upgrade to something till then.
Now, here's my problem. They're releasing the Shin Megami Tensei Persona Q1 and the Smash Bros. 3DS XLs. They're not the new model.
Yeah,
It's like, I would buy them.
but now it's going to be a waste.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else?
I've been getting into Professor Layton games.
Oh, yes. They're good.
I got the Miracle Mask for $10 at GameStop new, and it's essentially you go to like a cross between Venice during Carnival and Las Vegas. And there's this mysterious masked gentleman who performs dark miracles like turn people to stone and
So
turn
wait,
people into horses.
you're fighting Phantom from Phantom of the Opera?
But Phantom of the Opera didn't turn people to stone.
Nobody kidnapped people.
This guy turns people to stone. Point masked gentleman.
Eh.
And it also goes into Layton's past when he apparently lost his best friend when they were exploring ruins. And spoiler alert, his friend is definitely the masked gentleman. I know how this is gonna go. I mean, not that I know how it's gonna go, but I have a good feeling this is how it's gonna go. But yeah, it's a good game. I like it a lot. The puzzles are challenging. I guess I just kind of, after playing the Phoenix Wright crossover, I got into this one. And that's about what I got for video games.
First of all, Bloodborne is going to be releasing worldwide. I don't know, it's the same day, but on February 6th, 2015.
Okay.
So if you have a PS4 and you like Demon Souls, there you go.
I'll have a game for it.
Yeah, actually a game I want to play. And there's a new Steam update. Have you seen the store recently?
Yes, I have. That's the one where you can. They're trying the Netflix thing where they're making a queue, right?
Yeah. And, I think it works because there's so much shit on Steam. It's really hard to say what I want or what I would like.
So yeah, I found some stuff so far that I didn't even know existed that I looked interesting, and I put it on my wish list.
Yeah,
So that's definitely good. If I see a game that I'm interested in, then yeah, that's. And also the curators. Basically, people recommend a list of games, and you can subscribe to it.
Oh yeah.
Like I know Total Biscuit's the #1, There's a PC Gamer one. Rock Paper Shotgun has a list. Kotaku has a list. But yeah, there's also that. So if you follow like a YouTuber personality or something,
Yeah,
you'll
and Total Biscuit is definitely part of one of us. He
yeah.
does
Oh,
that, you know.
he has argued. He has argued with
Oh yeah,
alongside
not only
us.
that, but I
That's
used,
what I like about Total Biscuit. He's also against. He also he'll argue whatever's on his mind,
yeah,
whatever he feels. He is loyal to his side and his side only. He can't really be bought.
yeah, and I watch his WTF is gameplay reviews basically, and he does well because he actually plays the game and tells you, you know, the good and bad of it. But it's not like an actual playthrough. It's more so like, you know, it he plays the game, but he actually tells you in a review style his thoughts of the game. So you're not
Yeah.
wasting your time watching some idiot.
Yeah, like there's this review on Polygon of Tropico 5
Oh
where
God.
all it is the reviewer complaining that that you're a dictator and you can like have people's families killed and stuff. And
Yeah.
he's just complaining how it made him feel uncomfortable that he was able to do that. And because of that, he gave the game like a 6.
The Hyrule Warriors reviews are hilarious.
Yeah, Polygon was the same site that said Hyrule Warriors borrows heavily from Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, no kidding.
No. Here's the thing about Hyrule Warriors reviews. They fall into two categories. I hate Dynasty Warriors, so this is a bad game. It
And,
borrows from Dynasty Warriors, therefore it's a Dynasty Warriors game and that's good.
yeah, it depends on if you like or hate Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. They don't actually, you know, say anything about. No, it's either do you like Dynasty Warriors or not. That's my review score.
Because if you like Dynasty Warriors, you're all gonna love this because it's Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. I just find it hilarious.
Polygon, I don't use Polygon for my news, and I'm gonna continue that trend of not going to them for news. They're worse than Kotaku, and I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, I love Shitaku. I go to them every day to see what bullshit they'll put on there. It's fun.
Oh, there's a hashtag on Twitter like hashtag write a Kotaku article.
I know they're full of terrible articles. That's why I love it.
Let me check that out. Anything else for gaming?
Just one quick thing. Blizzard ended their development on Titan. No one knows what Titan was. All we know was in development for 7 years, and it got canned.
The
And
problematic subtext of misogyny and hungry hippos.
What?
Yeah, it's the Write a Kotaku article hashtag on Twitter. It's ridiculous. How Diablo 3's always on internet requirement makes it a better game.
No. Although I will say Diablo has... Oh, actually, 2.1 hits in Diablo, so if you're a Diablo fan, definitely check that out. But
Alright. Anything else for video games?
Not really.
Alright, moving on to the final section of the show. Well, we went to the Bloomsburg Fair. And
I'm going on Thursday.
I had deep fried Snickers, which was amazing, by the way.
Deep fried Oreos.
And I had all kinds of stuff. It was good.
Turkey leg.
Oh.
And we saw a woman who looked kind of white trash like, talking about how pointing at her wedding ring and telling the dude standing next to her, she was pregnant, by the way.
Was an engagement ring?
Some kind of ring. some kind of ring, and she was pregnant, and she said, "You know what this ring means? It means I don't have to pay child support."
Did you play my favorite game? Spot the morbidly obese person at the fair.
Oh, we spotted a lot, and we'll see what else. It was a good time.
My favorite part was the kid who, while we were walking down the games row, where he just yelled out, "This game is rigged."
Yes.
No shit, kid.
The kid just learned about life.
But I went to the Maryland Renaissance Fair on Saturday.
Jealous.
I like the PA one better.
Oh, really?
Oh, I haven't been to that one yet, so I.
The PA one I think is far superior. This one was full of bees. I have never been swarmed by I swatted bees all day long. Well, of course, I think it had something to do with the fact that they had $5 mead, and I had it in my PA Renaissance cup. So I was drinking in the sun, and then I tripped over a thing and spilled it all up my arm. So maybe that was probably the reason why they were following me around.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I think that has to do.
So I just kept swatting them, and it was interesting. They had some good things there. I learned about street con games from Dinty the Moor, the most dishonest Spaniard. It was this guy, and his name he was this black Spanish guy, and he calls himself Dinty the Moor, the most honest, dishonest person in Revel Grove. And he basically showed you how people get ripped off over the world with all these old games like the Shell game and 3-card Monty. And I got to play along with it. I got to be the shill because he had the tile cards.
Oh man!
And it showed you how they set up the con and how it works. And I'm like, wow, this is educational. I'm learning a lot about being con from around the world.
Maybe we should be con artists.
These games, don't play them.
Maybe we should be con artists.
Yeah, because this guy was like, he's a magician, so he just was showing you how they con people and how they did the 3-card Monty, and that was the highlight of my day, was when I learned about con games from Dinty the Moor.
I could be Fred the Slav.
Oh, you! Oh, speaking of, before I forget, Alfred's fucking Australian in this.
What?
He goes, "Oi, Master Bruce, get your bloody arse down there!"
Yes.
Because apparently Bruce Wayne is trying to conquer fear because he probably thinks he's fucking Daredevil now, so he's at the top of Wayne Manor, standing like with his arms out on there, and Jim Gordon pulls up, and then you just see him go, "Oi, Master Bruce, get your bloody arse down there!"
Oi, Palpatine!
That's what I'm like, ugh. But not. Yeah, the Renaissance Fair was good. That was the first time I ever had mead, which was fantastic. What else?
I've had mead before. I wasn't too impressed with it.
I love it. It tastes like sweet beer. But Renaissance Fair is actually not that far from me. It's only a half hour away in Annapolis. And for some strange reason, there was people who were cosplaying as shit that shouldn't have been there. And they had people from the fucking guild from Sword Art Online walking around.
No, that's wrong.
And then they had the steampunk people. I'm like, that's
That
not
is
even
wrong.
the right time period.
That is
Why
wrong.
are you dressed like that?
Like pirates, you can make an argument at least.
My
Yeah.
favorite person to see at a.
Oh, she's dead.
He's gone. But you know what else? They had a fun game there called Throw the Axe, where they had these big ass axes.
And you
that
play
You pay $2 and you throw it at a target. That shit is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Those things were fucking heavy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, my internet dropped.
Okay, so your favorite?
I saw Goku at the Renfest once.
There's no purpose. There's no purpose there. You know what else I saw? I saw Celtic stormtroopers. I wish I wasn't drunk and my hands weren't shaking with my mead in my mug, because I would have taken a picture, because it was stormtroopers with fucking kilts on, because it was Scottish Appreciation Weekend.
That's great.
Well, I'm like, that is something I've never seen before, but I applaud them for the effort that they put into that. I will forgive that.
That's at least that works. I think that's at least playful about it. About breaking the time period thing.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it
Oh my
was
gosh.
a long time ago. You're right.
In the
Oh,
past future.
yeah.
Which I saw this. I keep seeing the spoilers about who the villains are going to be in this movie. But I'm like, I don't know if I should believe them or not
Don't believe it until it gets
until I
closer.
see it. Well, they're already Vader's probably already confirmed for a flashback, but that's nothing I would be too upset about. Apparently, the main
No.
villains are Sith Inquisitors,
That sounds pretty cool.
and apparently Palpatine's alive. I don't know if they're going to take up that shitty throwaway from the expanded universe. The worst fucking part of it was the clones of Palpatine.
So they're gonna keep the worst part of the expanded universe.
Yeah, they're going to keep, honestly, the fucking worst part and throw away the best part, which is Grand Admiral Thrawn.
You mean Dash Rendar?
Or, yeah, but
That too. Yeah, I'm kidding. Thrawn is awesome.
it's, I'm like, I hope they're just, like, pulling my chain there, because I want to see something fucking new. Please don't bring back Palpatine.
We don't want to see Palpatine anymore. No.
It's done. He's done. It was overdone. It was bullshit when they did it in the comics. Is it plausible? He probably did experiment with that since he had the fucking clone army. I wouldn't slight it against him, but I really do not want to see him as the villain again. Please make it some other Sith.
Or at
Fucking
least
make it goddamn Darth Maul if he fucking survived.
Or at least make him pretty much like a brainless tool that just uses the Force, that kind of thing. Make him like a dragon instead of the Emperor.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's something different, please.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I don't need to see him. Like, if you want to hackney Vader in as an excuse to bring this bad guy around for this series, like, that's fine with me. I take a flashback. They want to throw Palpatine in as a flashback. I'll take that too. But don't make him the new villain. And then the other things were apparently the Sith Inquisitor has a thing for stealing like artifacts. Apparently, he's carrying around Vader's burnt helmet.
That's pretty cool.
Although I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if any of this shit's true or not.
Now, would that be considered a Sith artifact
probably?
or a Jedi artifact?
I'd say it's a Sith artifact.
Considering right at the end he.
Yeah, I know, but I consider that more of that suit of armor is more of the Sith.
Okay. Maybe there's a plot twist in there.
Yeah, and then there's also things like Lucas being seduced slowly to the dark side.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm like, I could see that happening, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm stoked for it. It's not George Lucas. I have my hopes up.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, everyone. Oh, you got something?
No, I was gonna say no. I got nothing.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for doing this with me. Everyone, have a good night.
Right.